Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Kelvin, and in this video series, I'm going to show you how I renovated this house and took it from looking like this to looking like this.
Woke up this morning, now watch me step. The week was murder.
I hope you enjoy.
Get rid of the stress. I'm feeling lighter. I'm finally feeling like I can breathe. The night is cold. Tension, gon' blow in the breeze. We're rolling downtown. We're grooving to the sound. We're rolling downtown. The weekend's here.
Welcome back. On day 37, I started tiling the shower.
I'm gonna go out and have a good time. Ain't nothing gonna stop me tonight. Ain't nothing gonna stop me tonight. Gonna throw my clothes
Put a little bit of thin set on and then just stick onto.
party. Ain't nobody looking for love.
So,
The music's popping, the speed has got me feeling alive. Head to the strip, these wheels gon' light up the night. I'm living in a fantasy, come on and take a ride with me. I'm tryna put your mind at ease, let me know that you're feeling me. I'm living in a fantasy, come on and take a ride with me. I'm tryna put your mind at ease, come on and get down with me. Rolling down, grooving to the sound. Rolling downtown. The weekend's here and it feels so right. I think I'll put the skins out tonight. I'm gonna go out and have a good time. Ain't nothing gonna stop me tonight. We're cruising by the sea.
wait, I just did matte. For those of you that missed that, I almost put two of the matte tiles side by side. I actually have two types of tiles. They're both the same color, but one has a matte finish and one has a glossy finish. And I'm alternating them just to add a little bit more visual interest.
When I look at the sun going down toward the sky,
Hold it down and score.
all I want is to be there with a new state of mind, a place I never heard of. I will walk like a nomad. I've been stuck inside my house too long. Can't stand being all alone, wasting hours on my phone. Ready to go now, on my way. I won't let fear hold me back, it's here to stay. I'm on my way. All of my dreams are now a step away. At the end of the world, there is something I can learn. Some good ideas will pop up with a new, different wind. I'm gonna let it take me to people that will trust me. I've been stuck inside my house too long. Can't stand being all alone, wasting hours on my phone. I'm ready to
Alright, so it's the next morning here, and I've come back and taken all of my clips off and spacers. I spent the last, I think, about 30 minutes just scraping all of the joints with my X-Acto knife because we're still within that first 12 hours of putting down a thin set, and it's significantly easier to scrape out the burnt lines now than waiting, another 6-12 hours, and then it just becomes rock hard. So what I'm going to do here is get a flat blade trowel, and I'll use that just to kind of scrape off some of the thin set on the face of the tile. I don't want to use my X-Acto knife because it can sometimes slip and scratch, and get all my clips cleaned up.
So here I am about to explore. I feel I must like never before. I'll take a chance on reaching my shore. My heart is full of hope, I'm on my way and I won't ever stop. So here I am about to explore. I feel I must like never before. I'll take a chance on reaching my shore. My heart is full of hope, I'm on my way and I won't ever stop.
After I completed my first coat of paint on the walls, I was going to move over to trim, and that's when I noticed the paint was kind of flaky. So it turns out one of the previous owners had painted latex paint over oil paint, which really don't adhere well together. So what I had to do was scrape off all the latex paint, apply a converting primer, and then repaint with latex. Now this took hours and hours and hours, but thankfully I had some help. And there were a few parts of trim which I got to rebuild and didn't have to scrape.
Morning lights, new dawn, yeah, we ready for more. Breaking out newborns, driven by the allure. Facing life head on, blowing fresh at the door. No limits, all in it, yeah, we ready to soar. Every step that I take, every move that I make, anticipating, no more waiting, elevating the stakes. Some full stride, eyes open, captivating the scene. True life, my time, liberating my dreams. Every challenge that I'm seeking to meet, I'm overcoming, steady grinding, keep my beat to the street. I keep my mind thinking wise, hoping better to keep. Rising high, go get it with the vision I see. I'm getting clever, yeah. Midday hustle and I'm hitting my stride. Clock ticking, never missing, no reason to hide. City passing while I'm moving and I'm taking it in. Hitting every door, crash
And the reason why I had to notch this is because there's drawers that come back. So these, I was prepared to kind of make a little 45 and then 45 and notch these as well. But thankfully I don't have to. The drawer ends right about there. So it worked out, but this pipe here I have to notch. So that's why I'm doing all of this work. Wait 3 hours, and do all that.
Gotta find a way to do the things that make you feel alone. Gotta think about it, gotta dream about it. Gotta find a way to do the things that make you feel alone. Gotta think about it, gotta dream about it. Gotta find a way to do the things that make you feel alone. Gotta think about it, gotta dream about it. Gotta find a way to do the things that make you feel alone.
Alright, let's test this out. No leaks, that's always good. And water is filling up. And let's give it a flush. So I was pretty sure I was gonna run into this problem, but basically these things are not long enough. So I just have some other faucet pieces, which I can basically just connect like that, and I connect this down there to extend them a little bit longer. So I'll get these installed and then we'll start working on the plumbing here. I should have, in retrospect, tried to get the tiles a little bit closer, but that's just where my plywood was, and I didn't have a perfect joint there, so then my Schluter-Dietra and then tiles and everything just, it'll look decent-ish, and it'll be behind the door anyway, so you'll never really notice. On day 47, I got all of my quarter round and crown molding painted. Now, if you remember, the tapers skim coated the ceiling and some of the walls in the living and dining room. And the walls and ceiling were not very flat, and they were having a hard time making a nice corner along the ceiling and walls. So ultimately, I decided to just put crown molding up to hide that transition. look at this. So I'm putting in a final piece here, and okay, you know, decent miter, but the ceiling has a bow here, dip here, and the wall has a massive bump here. So I'm not sure what to do, because I can get a nice miter there and bring it kind of right about to here, and then it starts to get all weird. And you know, I can put that in, but if I try to push this back, I'm gonna have this really big gap here, which is not the end of the world. I could fill it with caulking, but that's a pretty big gap. So then I'm thinking, okay, well, what if I did it with two pieces, which is what I'm gonna end up doing. So I can get a straight piece here, but once I get here, I have a massive gap here, which I can kind of push, but it's really hard to push something on a 45 in. You know, if it was flat, I can bend it like that, but not when it's on an angle. So it might look a little janky, but I don't know. All right, so I ended up cutting it in two pieces. I averaged it out as best I could, but I mean, there's just a massive bump in the wall. I mean, if you look along here, actually it's a better angle from over here. If you look at the wall, you can see just how much it bumps up or bumps out there, right where that seam is. And then also on the ceiling, again, there's that big hump and then big valley. So once I caulk it, it will kind of average it out. I mean, I'll kind of always notice it, but you know what? It adds character to the house. That's what I tell myself. So anyway, all the crown molding is done. Tomorrow I will caulk all the joints, you know, top and bottom, caulk the butt joints, as well as fill all the nail holes. I just did a second coat of my quarter round here. So it has 2 coats and should be good for tomorrow. There's a few that have some like marks on the front, on the face of it, so I might do a 3rd coat on those ones, but most of them should be good, and I can get all my trim in along the floor tomorrow. It's about what, 9:30, so I'm gonna head home and go to bed. So I just glued this up and I'm going to install it into the ceiling now. So I'm just adding some tape to try to keep it together. All right. Day 49, I only got a half day of work in because I was away for the next week traveling. But I did a thick coat of mud in the gym and it had lots of time to dry. While I was away, my countertops were being cut, and the manufacturer was nice enough to send me video of that process. And so on the day I got back, my countertops arrived. Wait, that's supposed to be pink. Is it? Pink? Wrong color. Once the countertops were installed, I headed back out to the gym to sand all the walls I'd applied mud to a week earlier. On day 58, I finished painting all the trim for the gym and got that installed. I also finished the doorways between the gym and the kitchen and dining room. While I had some help cleaning the house and moving all my tools out, I decided to look over some of the documents the utility company had sent me for my upgrade happening the next day. And good thing I did, because it turns out I made a mistake. So it turns out the masthead has to be within 5 feet of the corner of the building closest to where the utility lines are. And the reason being is they don't want, the power lines running parallel to a building because it could sway and rub up and eventually break through the membrane protecting the 2 live wires. Now the only problem was this was Sunday and none of the electric supply places were open. But thankfully they opened up pretty early. My actual disconnect with the utility company was scheduled for 8:30 in the morning, so I had time before to go and grab some new wire and get it installed. So at 7 o'clock, I've got some new spool of wire here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it from the meter base there up and around and wait just till it pokes out of the head.
One hand on a bottle, she got one hand on a gun. She squeezed that trigger, you as good as done.
That is solid. Sweet. One more and then head back up and put on the, I don't know what you call this, like little mast cap. Kind of looks like the top of Darth Vader's helmet, Little.
And I know it can never end, so I always try my best. But there's some lessons hard for me to learn. Like good boys don't play with bad girls. Good boys stay away
Here we go, nice and tight.
girls. Them bad girls, yeah. The good ones just can't get me high, so I'll be falling all my life for one of these bad girls. You bad girl, but you do me so good. Friends call me a dummy, 'cause she taking all my money, but I make it rain like 24/7. If it mean a little time with you, break my heart, leave me hurt. The next one just gon' do me worse. So if
There
they
you
all
go.
no good, I'll just be bad with you. 'Cause my mother told me as a child, boy, don't play around with fire, 'cause you might just end up getting burned. And I know it can never rest, so I always try my best. But there's some lessons hard for me to learn. Like good boys don't play with bad girls. Good boys stay away from them bad girls. Them bad girls. The good ones just can't get me.
Before you put it in, you can just turn back the meter and save you a bunch of money, right?
Yeah. Not anymore, unfortunately. Wow, this is old.
All right, we are fully off the grid. So I'm going to get started here and we'll get the rest of this panel all wired in.
'Cause my mother told me as a child, boy, don't play around with fire, 'cause you might just end up getting burned. And I know it can never rest, so I always try my best. But there's some lessons hard for me to learn. Like good boys don't play with bad girls. Good boys stay away from them bad girls. Them bad girls. The good ones just can't get me high, so I be falling all my life for one of these bad girls. You bad girl, but you do me so good.
All right, so I just met with the inspector. We passed. contingent on two things. First one is I have to add another grounding lug to my water line. And the second thing is I have to grab a piece of angle iron, and I'll show you here in just a sec, but that's going to protect part of the masting because it's a driveway. You know, if a car were to hit it, it could, you know, disconnect your power. So I have to install that as well.
Yeah, it's just a wedge basically that jams the two together.
120, 120.
240.
Sweet. Nice. With my power back on, it was time to test the system. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Before I show you the final product, here's a reminder of what the place looked like 60 days ago.